P. Diddy. It gets worse. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Another day dawns and some more lawsuits arrive for P. Diddy. As per Warner Todd Huston, writing from Breitbart, disgraced rap and fashion mogul Sean Diddy Combs was slapped with a slew of new civil lawsuits on Monday, alleging sexual assault and rape dating back 20 years. Naturally, the presentation of new claims is a threat to the control of the narcissist. 6 complaints were filed in the Southern District of New York by 4 men and 2 women, alleging abusive acts that the suit claims occurred between 1995 and 2021, NBC News reported. The time period covered shows a sustained period of behaviour. One of those who signed onto the suit alleges that Combs raped her. Assertion of control, lack of emotional empathy, sense of entitlement, in a Manhattan hotel in 2004 when she was a 19-year-old college student. The second female litigant alleges that Combs raped her in a bathroom during a video release party in New York City back in 1995. One of the 4 male accusers claims he was 16 years old when Combs sexually assaulted him at one of his infamous Hamptons White parties in 1998. According to the then teenage victim, he was invited to the party at Combs's mansion by a mutual friend, coterie member, where he bumped into the rapper. An apparent picture of the pair from the event in question is included in the legal documents. Combs took an interest in John Doe, and they engaged in pleasant conversation about the entertainment industry, as per the lawsuit. When John Doe admitted his voice was not great, Combs assured him that did not matter. Flattery. Combs made clear that the only thing that mattered was having the right look for the industry, and with it, Combs could transform Doe, or anybody, into a star. Grandiosity. Offer of assistance. It is, of course, typical of many people operating within such an industry to say, I can make you a star. And it is, of course, a common manipulation of the narcissist to make such a suggestion, irrespective of whether they have that power or not, for the purposes of ensuring that they assert control over this individual by promised gain. I'm powerful, which may be true or not. It might be a delusion, but either way it's grandiosity. I'm going to offer you the opportunity to become a star. Promised gain. Naturally, the predator wants something out of it, which will, of course, because it's a narcissist, will be linked to the prime aims of control, fuel, character traits, and residual benefits. However, Combs abruptly told John Doe that he needed to drop his pants. John Doe, caught completely off guard, confusingly asked Combs to repeat himself. Combs made himself clear. He instructed John Doe to drop his pants and expose his penis so that Combs could inspect it, explaining it was a rite of passage and the route to becoming a star, and also as a way to prove himself, the suit alleges. Bear in mind that this is a 16-year-old that's dealing with a minor, that this is belittling behaviour. But once again, what's happening here is that the narcissism is testing the extent of the control that the narcissist, P. Diddy, has over this tertiary source, who is quickly on his way to becoming an intimate tertiary source. By making such a demand of him, one which is unpleasant and unexpected, it is done subconsciously, not only to draw fuel by way of his response and potentially lead to a residual benefit, some kind of sexual exchange, but it is also done to test the limits of the control that is being exhibited over this individual. Out of fear, anxiety, and the imbalanced power dynamic between himself and Combs, John Doe then dropped his pants and exposed his penis as Combs previously instructed. Combs moved closer and grabbed John Doe's penis and genitals with his hand. He firmly cupped and held onto John Doe's genitals for an extended period of time. During this time, Combs moved his hand in such a fashion to manipulate John Doe's genitals, squeezing and feeling them. Combs abruptly then let go of John Doe's genitals and told him that his people would be in touch. Combs continued with his party as nothing had happened, but for John Doe everything had changed. The almost flippant nature shows the superficiality of P. Diddy in this exchange, whereby he is sexually assaulting this individual, showing his sense of entitlement and lack of boundary recognition. The fact that he has no emotional empathy for the impact it has upon this person, who is a minor. Furthermore, that he's getting the residual benefit because he's enjoying the sensation of the fuel that he's receiving by way of the person's response, and also the fact that he is molesting that individual. Combs' legal team has denied all the charges in this latest suite, denial, the first line of the twin lines of the narcissistic defence, and insists that Busby, the lawyer acting on behalf of these victims, is looking for a quick payday. One of the male members of the suit claims that Combs sexually assaulted him during one of the rapper's white parties held in the Hamptons in 2006. Another of the men said he was one of Diddy's employees, said that Combs sexually attacked him in a clothing store in Manhattan in 2008, and when he reported it, Combs fired him. Sense of entitlement, manipulation, nullification of threat to control by dismissing him. Still another male accuser claims that he was drugged against his will, lack of boundary recognition, absence of emotional empathy at a Diddy party in 2021. He says also that after becoming disorientated, Combs and several others sexually assaulted him. This latest salvo aimed at Combs is being ramrodded by Texas-based attorney Tony Busby, who said he is representing the litigants based on New York's Victim of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act, which allows victims of assaults to press charges on cases that would otherwise been disallowed under previous statute of limitations rules. Busby seemed to say that he had more such cases coming and said, "We're going to just try to file cases that we feel are credible and legitimate." There's an overarching theme here, as you probably can see, which is basically Sean Combs feels like he can do whatever he wants, sense of entitlement, whenever he wants to do it, sense of entitlement, Busby added. The rap star was arrested last month after a grand jury indicted him on a series of charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering. He quickly pleaded not guilty to the charges, but was denied bail and remains in jail as his case winds through the courts. His arrest has also sent a long list of Hollywood elites scrambling after they were seen in years past attending many of Diddy's celebrity-filled parties. Last week, Busby claimed that he has also found that several Hollywood A-listers have been quietly paying off alleged victims so they can stay out of the public stories of the allegations against Combs. More lawsuits, more threats to his control, and more evidence demonstrating various aspects of his narcissism in action. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.